Now, language experts have long argued the benefits of being fluent in more than one language, but when a Europe-wide initiative was launched to develop bilingualism, it turned out that Scottish families fared the worst. The project's director is Professor Antonella Sorace from Edinburgh University. We can speak to her now. Good morning.
Good morning.
So tell us first of all what the project involved.
The project involved 125 families in 5 European countries, and these were all monolingual families who got free materials in a well-tested method and free tuition over a period of 12 months.
And the Scottish families involved in this fared worse than those in the other 4 countries. How did they do so badly?
I think we have to be more precise. I think there is a positive aspect. So those families who actually did and followed the method consistently did actually very well. And the children learned words and sentences and some ability to use the language independently. Unfortunately, we also had the highest dropout rate among the 5 European countries. So many families just, when they realized that this required some commitment, I think gave up.
Okay. Well, what does it tell us? Is it fair to say it means that families or children in Scotland are any worse at learning a language, or is it just that maybe our attitude is different to a language? We're not prepared to put in that commitment. We don't see it as important.
I think it's a question of attitudes. I think it's definitely not the case that Scots are worse at learning languages, because those who do are just as good as anybody else. I think it's a matter of not having the right attitudes, not having the right motivation to learn languages, partly because of the status of English as a worldwide language. And so learning a language actually requires some amount of commitment, and this happens also in bilingual families. The child can learn languages very easily, but children need to hear enough of the languages. And so when motivation is not there, that commitment is not there either.
So it sounds as if it's more important then that languages are taught in the classroom, perhaps, rather than at home.
No, I wouldn't say that at all. I think to the extent that our project actually involved both parents and children, it was successful because it tried to recreate the conditions for learning a first language. So children learn the first language with their parents, with people who love them, in a situation where they have fun, in a situation where they feel comfortable. So we tried to recreate those situations. And I think, the positive side was that learning languages was a shared experience between parents and children. So to the extent that that was successful, I think the project was successful. But it was to some extent surprising to find that the poor motivation in many of our families meant that they pulled out.
Okay, well, thank you very much for talking to us about it. Professor Antonella Sorace there from Edinburgh University. It's coming up to 8:24.
Time to say hello. Bienvenue. Welcome.